recording. Hey everybody, it's Bruce here with Stock Markets with Bruce. Happy New Year, the 1st of January 2021. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and giving these videos thumbs up, sending me comments. Love it. What we do here is we talk about the stock market in a plain English kind of way so that all of us can understand what the heck is going on out there. And today I'm going to talk about Royal Caribbean, because after the bell yesterday on the 31st of December, all the folks from the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ and the trading desks, they all went home, and either that or they were working from home. Nonetheless, they were getting ready to celebrate New Year's Eve. At 5:21 p.m., well after the close of the markets, Royal Caribbean made a disclosure through the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. They did an electronic filing to notify the the SEC and all their shareholders and everyone else that they have completed a major fundraising campaign, and they had to get it in, I guess, by the end of the month for the end of the year. They didn't want to wait until January the 1st or 2nd or 3rd to file, so they filed very late in the day after the regular close of most business. And let me tell you what's going on. Royal Caribbean is basically shut down like every other cruise line in the world. A lot of ships are sitting idle, including these container ships you see out here, cargo ships, and all cruise lines, virtually every cruise ship in the world is out of business, except for a handful of isolated cases. But in the case of Royal Caribbean, they have been doing nothing. Look at the stock here for Royal Caribbean. You can see that in the last year, the shares were as high as $135.32. They dropped all the way down to $19.25 back in about April. And then they did a recovery, sort of a May recovery, a little slump through the summer, and another recovery. Here's the last 6 months. You can see the recovery through after August. It started to rise into the 75 range, back to the 50s, and now as high as 85 in early December. Now, in December, blitzkrieg of announcements came out from Royal Caribbean. They brought out this video here talking about the brand new Odyssey of the Seas. Beautifully produced video by the company to show you that 7.5 hours of time was needed to pull the ship out of the Poppenberg building yard. And this billion-dollar beauty is going to be sailing for Royal Caribbean sometime in 2021 and 2022, which is wonderful. And they, they came out with other news that highlight all the good things going on. But the reality is nothing is sailing. But they did announce on December the 3rd they're going to raise $1 billion by selling a bunch of stock at the market. And here is what happened to the stock in December. They offered 13,045,927 shares to raise $1 billion cash, and the stock took a dump from 85 down into the high or low 70s, probably around $70 a share. That's a 6% dilution, because there are now 227 million shares outstanding, and shareholders lost 6% of their real value by being diluted by 6% in 1 month. So the good news is Royal Caribbean has $1 billion of additional cash to add to their bank account. The bad news, they're burning $270 million every 30 days. That's $9 million a day, just to kind of put that in perspective. This $1 billion is going to last about 110 days, and they're not going to be sailing for a while yet. What they're doing in the meantime also is saying goodbye to ships like this. The Empress of the Seas, one of the most favored and loved ships in the fleet, 30 years of service practically. It's been sold off. It's heading to India. The story is it's going to sail there with a regional cruise line. We'll see how it goes. Other ships, of course, are laid up. We're waiting to find out if other ships are going to be scrapped or dumped. We know the Majesty of the Seas has been sold off. There are at least 4 other ships that are in jeopardy that might not sail again for the cruise line. In effect, the cruise line is going to be about 10 to 15% smaller when they do start sailing, and the earliest dates that we're talking about, unofficially, it's March 1. That's the hope of all the cruise lines. They want to sail March 1. But the reality is that the rollout of the vaccines in the U.S. is such a disaster already that it is unlikely enough people will be vaccinated by the fall for the cruise lines to really start sailing again. And when they do, they'll sail with 3 or 4 ships per cruise line. So it'll be 2022 until Royal Caribbean really is sailing at maximum capacity with all of their lines, including Celebrity and Azamara. And in the meantime, we wait it out. Look for more shares to be offered by the company to raise more cash. This $1 billion they just got, 110 days, they're going to need money for another year. This company needs another $2 billion to $2.5 billion to survive until they're up and running again. And I don't think the shares are worth the price they're trading at, but we'll see how they do. In the meantime, thank you for joining me and subscribing and thumbs ups to these videos. Thank you, everybody, for the comments. Appreciate your support. We'll keep you posted. Bye for now.